right, what is up, everybody? I had like my YouTube going at the same time. I didn't realize it, so I'm hearing it like twice. It was weird. But anyways, welcome to A Spork of Ice and Fire. I am Scott, and we are here tonight to talk about A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 3, The Squire. So before we introduce the guests or the panelists, we're going to say episode 3 is where A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms stops being about uncertainty, I guess, and starts being about consequences. It's also the episode where the show begins to diverge from the book more than episode 1 and 2 did. And we'll clear it up, pretty much up front. I'm still enjoying it. It definitely changed the ending consequences, kind of changed we'll talk about the scenes, what happened and how it's different in the book. I guess they're not careless. They may be deliberate. But they're definitely worth talking about these changes. Up to now, Dunk has been testing ideas. What makes a knight? Who gets remembered? What does honor cost? What does it even mean? Episode 3 answers those questions in kind of a Westerosi way with, broken bones and pride and crying. You think the episode's going to mostly be about Egg, but for people that know the book, we knew what it meant. It was going to pronounce him who he actually is, and he is Aegon Targaryen.
They actually said it in the they said it in the promo a few times too. It's about a knight and a Targaryen kid.
Yeah. Well, that's true. People keep talking about not spoiling it, but it's been kind of the thing they talked about in all the promos and interviews and stuff, right?
The witch scene actually screwed up a lot, I thought.
Yeah,
I thought it was a cool scene, but you're right, way to below the ending.
Well, yeah, and we're definitely going to talk.
Actually, turns out that Varys is Egg.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if you guys saw the interview Ira Parker gave. I believe it's this past week. They asked him how long do you want this to go for, and he was like 14 seasons, 12 seasons. He wants to do 4 right now, and then wait a few years and do 4 more where Aegon's a little bit older as, older prince, and then wait quite a few years. And then when he's a king, that would be
question.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
There's 3 stories.
Right. Now, and they're kind of pushing it too. They're going quick, right?
Is one just around the corner?
Oh man. You know what? I'd be pissed if we don't get a Winds of Winter, but damn, I would love to read a new Dunk and Egg. So
I'm probably thinking they assume that he will have at least one finished.
Yeah.
Which, might be a big mistake.
Yeah.
Unless
you know what though? I mean, come on. Couldn't he take a month and bang out 3 more of those novellas?
I mean, they are 100 pages.
Maybe that's why he hasn't been writing in the Winds of Winter lately, because he's doing a Dunk and Egg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And heck, a Dunk and Egg one, that shouldn't take long at all because it has 5 or 6 characters in them.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
And characters that the Dunk and Eggs, they really keep them kind of, the second one, there's 4, maybe 5 characters. You have the old man in the castle, the girl in the other castle, and that's about it, right?
Yeah, and it's 100. I think it's 120 pages with illustrations. So it's not like it's hell, the Hobbit is probably 3 or 4 times longer than the Dunk and Egg books if you remove the illustrations.
Yeah. We'll get Soul. I'm going to star that. We'll come back and talk about that later. And at the end of this, I am not going to forget this time. I'm going to unbox Sean Eastep sent a package to me a few weeks ago. I have not opened it yet, so I'm going to open it at the end of this stream because he is one of the most. He's just awesome.
Like a fresh steak.
It's just it's a puppy. It was a puppy the whole time. Oh no. There's chronologic issues. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. So tonight we're going to break down this episode, try to go scene by scene, using the Hedge Knight to separate spectacle from intent, to see where the show follows George R.R. Martin's logic, where it accelerates it and where it chooses clarity over dread, I guess you want to say. This is where Dunk learns that doing the right thing doesn't make you safe. Sometimes it just makes you visible. And we're going to start off. We are canon oriented.
Oh, I have a quote for you on that.
Oh, okay. Wait 1 second. So when I'm citing pages in chapters, it's the Hedge Knight, and it's mostly chapter 3 this episode, and it's the Bantam 2015 paperback, which the story actually starts on page 5. So if you have that, you can actually follow. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, it's about Dunk doing the right thing, really, and getting in trouble for it.
Right.
There's an old saying that goes like this: the nail that sticks out always gets the hammer.
Mm-hmm. It does. It gets whacked.
Yeah,
it does. Yep. 11 Alpha says there's also a chronologic issue. One story people wanted was Duncan, Egg, and Dorn, but that takes place after the story and before, the Osprey Weber one. You kind of find out between the spoiler for the 2 first books in the Hedge Knight series, or a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms series. After this book, and before the next book, we find out that they did go to Dorne trying to find Tenzel. Is that how you say her name? I always screw it up. And they end up not finding her. You know what? I haven't read the second book. I read the first one and the third one recently, but not the middle one for some reason.
It could have been that they just went down there and looked and didn't find, and it wasn't much of the story. But if they do it now, we're gonna know. No, they're not gonna find her. So maybe they go back to Dorne.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, their first, I guess, we were always told that he was going to go to Winterfell next, but now there may be something going on in the Riverlands and then Winterfell, or Winterfell, then the Riverlands.
I want to go to the Isle of Faces.
Oh, yeah. That'd be dope.
Seriously.
Yeah. Because we never hear they never did or didn't. We never hear that. So.
Or to the area where Howland Reed lives, because that has not been on screen. He's not alive at this point, but actually would be cool if he was.
Yeah.
He's actually been alive for a long time, but anyway, Riverlands. I want the Isle of Faces.
Right. I'm with you. So episode 3 opens with the day after I guess the second full day, but the first full day of the tourney really being alive and going. You had all the pageantry and people hanging out in the tents, and then you had that crazy, for some weird reason, knight jousting, which could never happen in medieval times, but looked cool on TV. We see them sharing simple fare throughout this, bread, eggs, and stuff like that. Which is kind of cool. They reinforce how low on resources they are throughout this episode before the big reveal, which is kind of funny.
Well, they had a hell of a breakfast, though.
They did.
But I thought they were going to make something about. I thought they were going to make a joke about like inventing a sandwich or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what it was. It was bread.
You put it between 2 bread. Yeah, like eggs never seen it before, and it becomes like a delicacy with the elite. Yeah, no.
You know what they should have done? Have Dunk cook that stew that Sir Davos spoke of, because they're from the same.
Oh, that brown?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they bring it up in this or last episode. I don't remember. Yeah, it could have rats in it. It could have dog, cat, whatever. Pigeon.
Anything, just make it brown, and
it's just brown. Yeah. That's a flea bottom special. Mason, welcome.
Mason.
Hey, Mason got 1 more sub. It's now 17. He needs to 100, everybody. Awesome. Make sure we get him there. Mason is trying to get to 100 subscribers, and we are not doing well helping him. So we'd love to get him there so he can stream on his channel. We're just about to talk about the opening scene, so you got here at a perfect time. So the opening scene is a little weird. Dunk or Egg waking up, he's just staring at Dunk. And I didn't know if he's like staring at him out of boredom, like wake up, or out of like concern, adoration. Like what did you guys take that from that? The one thing I do want to say is I found it funny when he rolled over and the horse snorted. He snorted. It was like egg snorting. I thought that was kind of funny. But what did you guys? Was he staring at him like just like concerned, or just like wake up? Like I didn't at first get that. Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was, because it's like he's staring at Dunk, and I want to say it's out of concern because he gets up and then he takes Thunder with him. Um, he takes the unruly horse and quietly in a pasture starts to bond with the horse, talking to Thunder, which we've seen in a lot of these episodes. The horses are a character. They respond, they nod, they snort at the right time, they neigh. And in this scene, you see Egg, pleading with Thunder. I know you're a war horse. The ground is going to be like this where we are right now during the tourney. He needs you. You're used to someone lighter. He's much heavier. We have to work together. And it was them training to be a better squire and horse for Dunk. And I thought it was a good scene to start off with. Tina, what did you think?
I loved this scene. I mean, I don't know if it was a book scene or not. It was pretty amazing. I have to admit that I couldn't tell from the beginning. Was it only Egg who couldn't really sleep because he was worried for Dunk? And I couldn't tell if Dunk was actually asleep or if they were both kind of just staring, worrying about them.
I think it was him just staring at Dunk sleeping. That's like he was concerned after, and it's rightfully so after, you would think Dunk felt the same way after that, amazing, kind of unbelievable night jousting they did the night before. He's worried that he's going to get hurt, I think.
I could see that. See that. I was kind of annoyed at the horse pooping though at the beginning of the episode. I mean, again, seriously, do they need to continue that in every episode?
I think they are going to.
I'll tell you one thing: that first scene, and when Dunk is pooping from behind the tree, if the show goes downhill, there's going to be the meme.
Yeah, it's going to be shit. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so they literally set themselves up for. I'm not saying it's going to fail,
right?
But if they literally set up their own mockery,
right? And
also, didn't the knight get buried with the sword that Dunk has?
No. Okay, Dunk says like I would bury you.
Sword, man.
Yeah, Dunk says I would bury you with your sword, but it would only rust. So it's his way of saying, I'm sorry, I'm not burying you with this, but I need it. And that's one of the first things he did. Yeah. He took his armor and sword. I don't know what he actually buried him with, but in the show, but it was only like a 1 foot deep.
Probably.
It was only like 1 foot deep. So right now, Sir Arlen is being eaten by wolves. But
you know what would be fun if it was actually his own crap he used to fill in the grave with. That's why he didn't have it.
I don't. Yeah, the crapping thing and the dong thing. Like, okay, I thought they would stop after. I was like, maybe they won't, but I think we're gonna see poop or something weird every beginning of every episode to, maybe it's a way to tell us that we're down in the dirty shit of Westeros. This isn't, fantasy. It's more real. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of. I also noticed something weird. I think it might have been in the first episode when they introduced the Baratheon guy. He's talking about, I'm going to burn people. And I'm like, no, that's not common with Baratheons.
No.
I know it was like a member berry. Like, remember Stannis?
Yeah.
Right? But they don't burn people. The thing is, they didn't do it until Melisandre showed up and changed it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Think the member berry is true, please.
Yeah, we don't really need them all. We don't need them all. This scene though kind of relates back to the novella. In the novella, Egg's knowledge of horses, heraldry, knightly conduct emerges through awkward but informed interjections, and they're mostly in this chapter. So I think this was, when he comes, before he comes back, we'll talk about who he bumps into. But this is kind of showing Egg, explaining to us Egg doesn't know what he's doing, and he's really putting in the effort. There's like one point where he does like this spin move, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like playing around. But I think it's because he's so small and that sword is so big. He was doing that to get like, momentum to get the sword up to Sir Duncan or the lance up to him. So I thought that was actually smart.
If you spin during a sword fight, you're actually dead.
Yeah.
I think he was. Well, I think he wasn't spinning because he was using the sword. It was just so that he could get the sword up to the height of where Duncan would be on.
Yeah, that's what. If I didn't, that's what I meant.
In this case,
at first I thought.
In general, if you do it in a fight, in a sword fight, you're actually dead.
Yeah,
because you're exposing your back. But, so a lot of movies and stuff do that because it looks cool.
Yeah,
but you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was practicing like running to grab the lance and like lift it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Like you see him running around and then twirling.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The twirling was because the sword is steel, it's heavier, and that was his way to get it up. He kind of looks like Airbender though.
Swords are heavy.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Martin Muses. And Liam, how are you?
Real quick, I think this episode does a good job kind of expanding Egg's role, because like him laying in bed and looking at Dunk, in the novella, just in Dunk's head, and we're like, this is Dunk's only chance at being a knight.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Egg's only chance at being a squire.
Right.
If Dunk fails, he fails too, and he gets in trouble.
Yeah, he's taking it. He's not acting like a prince, just playing at squire. This is showing us he really wants to be the best squire he can be, because maybe at first he's like, I'll be your squire, take me, because he just didn't want to be with his drunk, crazy brother, and he wanted adventure. But he has now realized that Dunk is, noble in his own way, and that he needs as a squire to help him. And I think this scene kind of showing it to you.
And later on in the episode, he's always looking out for Dunk, and he's like, I'm gonna marry the second prettiest lady, or the second prettiest daughter of a lord. And he's like, second prettiest? He's like, buddy, you're gonna take the first. It was so funny.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Full credit to the kid who plays Egg.
He's doing great.
Yeah, he's doing a 10 out of 10 with what he's supposed to do. And I noticed the Dunk actor was a bit wonky, especially in the first half of episode 1. But he's getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
He's learning on the job.
After this episode, I can see why they picked this duo. Like, they have such good on-screen chemistry. They work together so well.
They really do. For a young actor who's actually, I think they filmed it when he was 8, maybe just turned 9. Like, this kid is actually not overacting, not like, you feel like he is Egg. He plays that role really well.
Yeah. Have you seen the video on... Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said kids can be annoying on screen. Maybe especially in the Jurassic Park movies and stuff like that. But this guy is not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not at all. He's, it's very, it's not wooden or robotic. He is he is Egg. Like, this kid is really good at his role. He's playing, and he plays like, because in the novella, Egg doesn't really lie to Dunk. He just doesn't give him the information. He doesn't, come forward with the information that he is a prince. And this kid is playing that part really well. From episode 1, and I thought that was really good. Miss Martin Muses loves Egg.
There's a video on Twitter from their like they're doing the behind the scenes stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's an interview, and it's the guy that plays Lionel Baratheon. He's like, yeah, working with I think his name is Dexter, the little
Mhm.
kid. He's like, I had to get ready to like cuss in front of the kid, but he was like all for it. And then the kid goes, I don't like cussing much. I just do it because it's my job. He's like so matter of fact. It's so funny.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
He's taking this like very seriously and doing a very good job.
Yeah. Yeah. And
What's going to happen? He's going to be popular, and
Mhm.
then Disney's going to show up and put him in Star Wars or the MCU, and
Yeah.
then he's going to get ruined.
Well,
Yeah.
they're gonna do I think all 3 seasons back to back. So, you know, you might not have too much time to go get sucked into other franchises.
That's
Smart
actually
to do that.
That's actually very smart, because then he won't age much.
Right. Because
Yeah.
you never know at that age from 9 to 11, a kid can shoot up, in height.
Look at Stranger Things. They waited so long.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
the kids are close to 30 now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. They don't look young anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm trying. I don't know why I didn't write it down. I feel stupid because he's kind of a big part of later on. The night that Egg runs into the one-eyed knight in the pasture. Oh my god, it's
Was it Robin something?
no,
Oh, crap. I just watched the episode too, but I'm kind of terrible with names that are
yeah,
outside
me
of
too.
the Game of Thrones books.
Right.
Really struggle with Fire and Blood.
Is it Manfred? No, that's Dunk. Crap. Yeah, if anybody remembers his, maybe it's Riesling. It could be Riesling, I think. Maybe. Look, 11 Alpha says it too. Totally got it before you. No, I didn't. Thank you, bro. What's up, Zax? Good to see you, buddy. Always welcome to jump on. And yes, Teresa said they have started filming episode 2 or season 2 already. So that's really cool.
We're actually halfway through the season already.
Yeah, which is crazy. Crazy.
George has stopped writing Winds of Winter to write Dunk and Egg #4. So
yeah, which he said he would never do. But anyways,
but
give me something good,
Yeah, maybe we'll get some more Dunk and Egg novellas.
I don't know about you guys, but in my order it goes, I want Winds of Winter and Dream of Spring before anything, but like a 1B is Dunk and Egg novellas, and then anything else I really don't care about right now until those are done.
I
Dunk and Egg before House of the Dragon.
Say that again, Stig.
I said Dunk and Egg before Fire and Blood.
Yeah.
I think and the sad thing is, I think that Blood and Fire, the sequel, will probably be the one we're most likely to get because it's the least amount of work that George needs to do. Just his assistants that kind of manage his canon.
You know what?
His world story will be able to do
I think it's done. But they can't release it because it's gonna be like one more, right? That leads into Game of Thrones and all. I think they can't release it because it spoils Summerhall.
God, I hope you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I really do feel like somewhere at the end of the Winds of Winter, we're going to find out about Summerhall, or it's going to be a major factor in A Dream of Spring, but I don't know yet.
Well, here's the thing. The only thing that would make it relevant in Game of Thrones is Varys' egg.
Right.
Other than that, there's nothing really relevant about Summerhall when it comes to the story in Game of Thrones.
No, you're right.
I mean, Rhaegar he's fulfilling Azor Ahai prophecies right there. Born amongst salt and smoke.
Right. But you got to think about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Where will the salt come from?
Tears.
Yeah, his mom crying during childbirth. All the people that died, like mourning.
Yeah, it could apply to him.
How do I join the call? There is no call. You're just joining the chat, and thank you for being here. Also, Liam, what's up? Liam says George should have Ilio. Yeah, right. Fire and Blood too. I mean, it's pretty much already probably written. And Mike has bad knees, says he's going to stop writing, most likely. But what's up, Grant? Yeah, we can't hear you. You were muted and then you were not. But we'll get back to you. So he meets. Oh yeah, can hear you now. What's up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Thought I might, jump on a little bit late. Better than not at all. So
100%, dude. I always need you. What did you think about? If none of us has touched on this, Sir Robin Risling. What did you think about him in the field, the one-eyed? Also, the flashback to how he lost his eye.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they included him before
Early
his actual introduction. Yeah, I'm confused about him now that I've seen him in the flesh.
Yeah.
But for those who have no idea who the guy is, it would come as a little bit jarring. Like all of a sudden, this guy must be really important because they've given him a flashback scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean he is important. Right? He's kind of part of what happens at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
But he was interesting how they played him.
I liked the idea of him more so because he's just a little bit more fleshed out. I don't remember him being like all pious and everything, but there's not really a lot mentioned about him. So, I think, was he always mad with fucking religion?
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing that.
He talked in like a plural form.
Yeah, I just assumed he was a communist.
But he does say something to the effect like, he is the warrior, and like that.
Yeah, he's like an instrument of the warrior's will or something like that.
Which was kind of a very cool quote. I just, didn't get it. Okay, so Gilkman's here. He says, I think the tale of Dunk and Egg is better than Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. It's starting off definitely better than they proceeded. Like Game of Thrones started out better than anything. That first season was awesome. Maybe because I've read the book and I was really excited to see it. House of the Dragon, I agree with you. It's already better than that. But yeah, so he talks to him, and then Egg walks back to camp. And when he gets back to camp, Dunk is there. And did you get that Dunk may have thought he ran off with Thunder?
No, I didn't take it as he thought that he ran off. I think that he probably heard him because he was squealing and doing all that sort of stuff. But he didn't know how to handle it, so he just sat and pouted.
Right. Yeah, and he's sewing. Real quick, 11 Alpha says his illustration in the graphic novel has the patch over the other eye, but the TV version fits based on how his injury was. Yeah, and also though it was a weird patch. If you looked at it closely, it was like metal. It's not like a leather patch. It was made out of like steel.
Yeah, it's like a metal band.
Yeah, it's like more like Road Warrior type stuff or Waterworld. I don't know. It was kind of strange, but still kind of looked cool. He looked like a very tough old guy. Yeah, thank you, Grant. So he says to Egg, "We are a vessel for the warrior. When it is madness bid, it is madness delivered." And I just thought that was I love that line. That was dope. But yeah, so Egg comes back, Dunk's sewing. Egg's like, "What are you doing there?" And he's like, "I'm sewing." And Egg has, Egg's, we find out later.
You're nailing the Egg voice, by the way. I don't know if anyone's given you any props for that yet.
Thanks, bro. Egg is what? Egg is a prince, and a prince would never crochet or knit. That is left for the ladies of court, like Sansa. And we see Sansa and Arya doing it and Arya sucks at it and doesn't want to do it, but Sansa's really good. So I like that scene where, at first Dunk tries to play off like he's mad, but he really likes the kid and he shows him how to stitch or sew. And that was a nice little scene. and then they have breakfast. Let's see, what else do we have there? Anything from that scene that I missed? Is that where he's whittling and singing that Blackfyres song? That's not in the book, but was pretty cool.
The Blackfyre lineage song.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of like one of those.
It's
I don't
like
know.
a bawdy tune, they call them.
Yeah, we have them like Miss Mary Mac, I think, is one of those. Like
I was going to say, I was trying to explain that to my husband this morning. I'm like, it's like the little slap games that the girls would play, or you would jump rope to it or something, because it was very.
Yeah, it's supposed to end in a swear word, and then it's replaced with something like when it says, "But he came out the wrong country for a person to be like that,"
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
I thought that was really cute. What I liked about the scene before the sewing was the idea that Egg's like, okay, I'm up, I'm hungry, because and not knowing that there's work that needs to be done before it happens,
Yeah, no, that's a good point to make. Like, he is not used to, you don't eat until the job is done. And I like that he's getting taught how to do these things from Dunk. So Dunk is taking what he learned from Sir Arlen and passing it on to his squire. And I don't know if this is the scene where he asks if he can stay with him after the tourney. And I feel like Dunk is about to say yes, but the guy from Ashford, Plumber, shows up. I'm pretty sure that was in
that scene. Was later when he was laying down on the hill and he said this would be a nice place to be. He's like, well, you are here.
Okay, that is later. All right. So then I guess that next they go into town, correct? I think to get eggs. Right? Like, that was a weird part. I'm sorry.
That was an awesome scene, though. I mean, it completely makes sense that there would be people that would speak a different language.
Yeah, I see. I disagree. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you're right. I didn't think of it that way, but I don't know, like him trying to explain what eggs are, but there was a basket of eggs right there. Eggs.
Oh yeah, that's
it was comic relief. It was funny. Hey,
at least he had blue dye in his hair and beard. That's a little more accurate than we got in anything else, really.
True. That is true. Yeah. So after Egg is shown how to, they get their eggs, they eat their breakfast, which is the greatest looking sandwich I think ever. Right. I don't know if
I think you're bearing the lead here as well. He invented the sandwich.
Right. It should be called the Dunk.
It should be. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Or the Tall, because it was named after his last name. So.
Oh, that is sweet. I'm sorry. I just looked at something Stig shared. That is cool.
It's really funny when they started making fun of each other. He's like, "Oh, I'm Egg. I can't eat anything that's that's old. I can't stand hard salted beef. I need to go buy eggs."
That is a good point. It goes to show you again they're good back and forth as actors.
It also shows how dumb he is. He's just like, you're basically describing someone that's highborn and you don't even see it.
Yeah. Really quick, going back to Rizzling. I think 11 Alpha hits something here that I didn't think about until he just said that. He reminds him of Beric Dondarrion. And I could see why.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I see that.
Well, it's not just the eye patch. It's kind of that he's not connected. He's more connected to a god than the world. He might not be. I don't know. That's how I see it. It's like he's present, but he's not wholly him. I don't know. But
Beric's just in the books for a couple of chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's permanently dead in the books.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was gone pretty early on.
Kind of reminds me of him under the hill in that, under the tree in the cave type thing. Yeah. When you see
a damn good chapter.
Oh my God. Awesome chapter. I like the song was hilarious. I'm with you. And yes, Dunk gives off big bro vibes. He really does. He takes care of him. So he's
especially that scene, like when you're talking about when he was said, "Oh, you got to eat first to give you clout around the ears." You could see him like remembering this is how I was treated, and he's just like, no, it's going to be different.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do what I was told, but I'm gonna do it my way.
yeah. Like he only ever threatens him with that, but never actually. Like after he says it, you see that he kind of doesn't want to go that route. He doesn't want to be.
What
that.
is it with this guy and hitting princes, or at least threatening him? My God.
So after breakfast, right, they go to the jousting. Not hall, but what do you call that again?
Journey.
The yard, jousting yard, tourney. Yeah. And they always get front row. I think if I was anybody, I'd be pissed that this tall ass guy is in front of me, but
right in front of the African.
Yeah, it is. And that happened last episode too. They definitely have diversity a little bit here and there.
I just thought they were Valerians.
Yeah, they most likely are, and they might be bastards though, because they don't realize it. So Dunk drinks probably, grain alcohol of some sort and spits it out, and everyone laughs at him, which is kind of a funny scene. But the jousting is an interesting part of this. Again, you see the quality of these guys. You have a Humphrey versus a Humphrey, which is in the book. I'm blank. Oh my God, I just blanked on their names. They joust. It's in the book. They break 10 or 12 lances on each other.
Yeah, 11, I think it is.
Yeah, 11 or 12 lances on each other. And it's like in the show, they don't show that, but they do show broken lances as they break one while Dunk and Egg are watching. So it tries to give book readers a little something there.
Because they also dispensed of a lot of the pageantry that was present as well. Like there was no giving of favors or anything like that. And even to the point where, like he says, to pick someone, you got to go up and you got to knock on their shield. That didn't even happen.
Right. That's true.
You know?
Yeah, just
and,
like calling them out.
That's the only thing. Is because it was mentioned. That's how it did it. I mean, maybe that's just because they wanted to show that he does things his own way.
Mm-hmm. Well, so they watch that first joust, right? And then they go, that's where they go sit on the hill. And Dunk is approached by Ashford Stewart Plummer. And I understand maybe why they did this in the show, but this isn't book canon. He talks him, into not taking a fall, actually winning the joust, but it's going to be a rigged joust against Lord Ashford's son, Andrew or Andra, because Lord Ashford will place, they'll place the bets on Dunk, where most people will probably place it on, a true-born son who has, no one knows who Dunk is, and they'll make money back because, they're broke, and winter is coming, and they need money. And you see Dunk, you could tell he's angry. He's weighing it, but he's upset he was even asked this, because he must then realize that this might be going on with other people. Right. So it forces Dunk to weigh honor against practicality. He needs money, but he was taught to be an honorable knight.
Yeah, well, every episode is stripping away his ideals of what knighthood actually is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just another layer.
Or maybe not what knighthood is, but what he knows knighthood should be and what he is following. There are very few he sees that does the same thing that are actual knights.
That's
so
true.
the whole story is always really, the first novella is what is a true knight, because the true knights are all most bastards and backstabbers and drinkers, and he is maybe not a true knight, and he follows the code of ethics.
Yeah, but it also does set up a really good little scene a little bit later based on this that I quite liked.
Yeah. In the book, though, this scene doesn't happen, like I said, but we are shown that low-born competitors repeatedly are pressured by locals and minor nobles to serve for like entertainment or convenience purposes, often at their own expense. The harm of this low-born competitor. So I think it goes through that whole chapter 3. So I think that's why they gave us this one different, not from the book, but it kind of sums that all up, that, yeah, we're going to cheat. this is not an honorable event. We need to make money, and you're going to help us, hopefully.
Well, I think that they need to have at least a little bit of that to feed up to the "Are there no true knights among you?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we see that in the
Very good point.
we see it in a lot of the preview of the trailers for it. So we know at some point he's going to find out whether there truly are any.
Right. No, that's a very good point. Anybody else? Mason?
Yeah, so in isolation, I like the addition, but I don't know how this is going to work with like in season 3 when they get to the Mystery Knight. I don't know if you're going to feel like you're just repeating storylines, because like that's like a big part of that book.
Well, yeah, it's the exact same thing. Even Liam mentioned it in the chat. I think they're not going to even do that because they've done that here. I think that's why they did that. I think they're going to deviate at some stage because they will. It always happens.
Yeah. Anybody else think have a opinion on that one? Because that's a good point. No. All right, we'll move on then.
Well, the witch scene kind of ruined a lot.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. That pissed me off.
Yeah. So
that's
it's already,
I almost feel like that was the the executives being like, you got to tie this in to the other shows, like it has to be part of it.
But
that's the second hit the show has taken for me. The first one was when they played the music from the original Retard show.
Mm-hmm.
And tied it into it that way. That means, okay, it's part of the same soup with shit in it.
Well, what, from episode 1 you're talking about?
Yeah.
See, I thought they did it too shit on it. Yeah, they did it too shit on it. Like they start the, that big orchestral thing, and then he's, shooting rabbit turds out his ass. And then it's like a different beginning, just the title and a little bit of music. I like that this title was like a white screen, like a completely white with a knight.
White cloak, even.
Right. Very white cloakish.
Now, do you think that anyone who is new to the story will have even caught the fortune teller and what she says? I mean, because the way Dunk laughs it off is just like, oh, she's just trying to scare you, kind of thing.
Right, because Dunk sees him as just a lowborn from Flea Bottom, so how could he be king?
Not just that. I mean, witches and stuff, they don't really tend to just walk up to you and you're gonna die like this,
right?
It was kind of off, the whole thing.
Like fortune tellers would be at like big events. That would be like where they would make money. So it makes sense that she would be there. But
yeah, definitely. But she wouldn't like give out fortunes without
free.
Yeah, she probably should have asked for money,
like a copper or something. Yeah.
He does end up paying her, but it wasn't like she gave that info without, money up front. It was just like she had to spew it out. It was really, I really think, I don't know if you agree, Mason. It was, we have to connect this somehow to prophecy. Like I'm waiting for the dagger.
Yeah, a little bit of that. But did you see the mark on her neck?
No.
It kind of looked like Blood Raven.
Oh, we'll have to take a look at that.
So yeah, she has like just a little thing on the side. And I saw a couple people on Twitter talking about it. Like, what if it's like Blood Raven from the future trying to mess with
why
events?
would Blood Raven be female?
Because he's warging into somebody, and that's just like the mark.
That would get rid of the mark too, though.
Well, I mean, if she might have already had the mark, easier to warg into because she is a fortune teller, seer. I don't know. I don't see the mark though.
Yeah, there's something.
I thought it was just her hair. And that's what I thought it was when I was watching it. But there might be.
It looks like there's something there.
It could be. But before that, we see,
Well,
I believe
what's
before,
weird,
yeah,
though?
Yep.
If Bloodraven, wargs into the lady to warn, Egg
mhm,
of the future, why not just go, "Hi, I'm Bloodraven. I'm warging
right.
into this lady from the future."
But it wouldn't even be the future. Well, it would, I guess, because
Yeah, and
he's
then,
in the present too.
Yeah,
if
I feel
if
like
you don't do this, you're gonna die.
Hmm.
Instead of just being cryptic.
he couldn't say that, hey, I am Bloodraven, because that's Egg's cousin. He
Right.
knows Bloodraven right now.
Yeah, but if
Mm.
it's
Yeah.
trying to warn them,
You'd have to have a certain identity to influence the past, but not just completely disturb it. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the
Like,
it,
why at this moment was it smart to tell him that?
It wasn't. It was just a stupid thing the writers threw in.
And it could it, because right before that we see Aerion, Bright Flame Targaryen, joust, and Egg is screaming to his opponent, kill him, like literally. I don't know if he meant it literally, but it felt like he wanted his brother dead because he's so
yeah,
cruel to him.
and that could be why the fortune teller tells them at this moment. Like
Yeah.
they see the cruelty of the royalty,
Mhm.
and then what at the end of his life, there could be some cruelty. We don't know the exact context for it.
Right. And if you think about it, like, and we'll go back to the Aerion jousting scene because that's important. But the seer, telling Egg that, he must realize, like, he definitely didn't take it as a nonchalant thing. Like, it got him scared. Because think about it. If she says you will become king, okay, how many people need to die for that to happen?
Maybe that's why you're saying kill him. He's just like, all right, cool. I know you're gonna die now.
Well, that was
it?
before it. Yeah, that was before it. So now he has to think, okay, Prince, Break Spears, his heir, all his brothers, including his dad, all Egg's brothers, and then he's like ninth on the list or even farther down, 11th. So, like it's something he's like, I thought it terrified him when she said it. And then you'll die in a fire. I don't even know if that was something that caught him. It was more that you will become king, because you don't
Also,
just
worms don't eat ashes.
Yeah, that's true. They go through them.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
don't have nutrition.
no.
yeah. He gets freaked out when she tells him that he's gonna be king, and he's gonna die in fire, and then everyone who knows him will celebrate his death. And he's like, oh no,
That was kind of messed up.
Well, that didn't even happen.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
That's what makes me go, wait. Are they gonna do like a weird Daenerys freaking?
No.
Again, we don't know the context.
Yeah.
Is that
like all
the High Lords that are gonna celebrate because he's like pro small folk, or is that his family members? Is that
Mhm.
Rhaegar's parents? Are they happy that
Yeah.
Aegon's gone? Finally, he did this terrible thing to us.
Right.
Well, here's
his
another
own
thing.
children.
What if they celebrate him because he achieved something with his death?
Maybe, but you got a point, because sometimes, I mean, if George is involved, it's written one way, but it means something different. Because the delivery makes you think they're going to be cheering when you die, but it could be something like that.
What if they cheer because he created a dragon, or something,
right?
Some kind of stuff,
And then the dragon burns Summerhall down.
Yeah, and disappears until
what would be
the winds of
really
winter.
tough, if it actually turns out that I'm right about Egg being Varys.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the first description of Egg in the book, it's almost identical to the first description of Varys.
Yep.
He's as bold as an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a little bit more as well, but
wearing the hat.
But that would mean Egg dies like he does in the show, in this canon.
Yeah.
People cheered there?
No. No.
Like
And it was
sorry.
by fire though. No, I'm sorry, Mason. It was by fire. What were you gonna say, bud?
Well, I think it's only in Game of Thrones, but Daenerys says Viserys wasn't a true dragon. My Rhaegar was the last true dragon.
Right.
Well,
So like
right, 'cause
maybe
he
there
said, he
is
said
the
something
magic
about
lost.
fire cannot hurt a dragon or something.
Yeah, fire does not kill or harm
So
the dragon.
that could
But it
be
wasn't
something.
fire, it was molten gold. Jeez.
Exactly.
I think the fire can't harm a dragon.
Yeah.
I think that's just her being delusional.
Yeah.
Because,
well, angry too.
George
She's angry.
stresses to us that Targaryens were killed by fire all the time.
Yeah.
So, and then I think her delusions go haywire after she goes onto the pyre, and I think she died there, to be honest. I think resurrected.
Right. So thank you, 11 Alpha. He goes Daron the second to Baelor to Valar to Matters. Yeah, anyways, Ares, Rhaegal, Aelor, Makar, Daron, Aeron, Aemon, who we know doesn't die, thank God, and Aegon. So yeah, that's quite a few.
Yeah, he does.
No wonder he gets weirded out by it. But let's go back to the joust itself. You get to see Prince Aerion Brightflame Targaryen ready to joust. Thank you. He's all right. So his sigil in the book is really cool because it is a 3-headed dragon, but each head of the dragon's a different color, like the sun. One is yellow, one is orange, one is red. I think they were gold in the show, but his cape was pretty spot on. It's red and smoke, kind of twirling into it. I personally thought his armor looks pretty cool. I think they've done a really good job with making the armor look realistic and real world, like usable. I don't know. But so he goes up first to his cousin, who is the son of Baelor, and I always forget his name. He is Baelor's son, Breakspear's son. Anyways, he kind of embarrasses him. He's like, "I will not embarrass you yet, cousin," and then moves on to one of, I believe, Ashford's sons, right? Oh, what's Gucci, my ninja? Something I always say. This Spork's looking at me like I'm crazy. But so we get that joust, and what happens? The first run through, he kind of swerves and diverts himself so that his opponent kind of falls forward, and on the turn, right from the rip, I thought this was kind of important. Dunk is the first one to realize he's too low. So it goes to show you that Dunk knows what he is doing. Like it's not something that he has to think about. It's innate. He just right away, he's too low. And then what does he do? That poor horse. Yeah, thank you, buddy, sir.
Well, it's also quite juxtaposed because you see at the beginning of the episode how Egg is caring for the horses and how there's a genuine affection for them, even telling them the story about, Dad says don't talk to horses, but I'm going to do things my way.
Right.
And then you see the complete opposite with that, where he deliberately went out of his way to injure the horse.
Yeah, not injured, kill. Like he skewered that poor thing.
Yeah,
that's a really good point.
It was a nice bit of juxtaposition with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was that cool shot of that guy walking with a halberd just across the thing.
Yes.
Like, gotta put it. It's just so like matter of fact. It's like, gotta put another one down.
Yeah, and it's almost funny because it's like, is he gonna kill the horse or Humphrey? And you see Humphrey's leg is broken, so his he went to not just maim the horse, but like hurt someone that, at least in the show, we don't know if they even know each other. He's being cruel for the
Well, it's because he's the than that. Like even
Yep.
like line for line from the books, like come out, little man.
Mhm.
You know.
Yep.
Except
Yeah.
in the book, he taps on his shield, knocks him back a bit. You know, just
Right.
another form of intimidation.
Right.
I like the fact that the people were revolting, because it starts to show like it's even we get a bit further on with what's his name in the tent, like people are really starting to question, like, why the fuck do we still follow these pricks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, go ahead. Oh, I thought someone was going to say something, but no, you're right. Like that idea where they weren't scared to jump the fence and go after the prince, you know, without, you know, and I do want to go back to Baylor too. Breakspear's up in his seat where you see an empty seat next to him, and we find out that Makar's searching for Egg and his brother. And they say, you know, he later on or before this, that Aerion he's on his best behavior when his dad's around, but when he's gone, he's cruel. And I think Breakspear seems to show it, like he knows something's coming. He's playing with his ring. He's like, oh, here we go. What were you gonna say, Grant?
This is all because of the daughter of Ashford. She's the one that started the rumor that the kids were dead. She said it to Dunk. Dunk said it to Makor. He got all panicky, went out to start searching for him, left that one there. So inadvertently, she's responsible for killing the horse.
Yeah, glad they ruined her party.
She's the little
dang women.
Now we know that the seer scene is invented for the show, but we do get throughout the books, it's foreshadowed that Egg will become a king. So it kind of makes the scene a little bit more important. Like Dunk's story is larger than he realizes. You know, Egg's fate is Egg's fate, written in the stars. It's not incidental. It's meant to be. It's kind of, it's interesting. You know, it goes to show you, is anyone making decisions for themselves, or is it already written? That's why it kind of bothered me that they had the seer, because it's like, again, with Damon in House of the Dragon, you know, he's given a vision, and I think it was Teresa who said it, the seer and Helena spoiling the story, because you have Helena showing him in the weirwood tree this vision of Daenerys, who he mistakes for Rhaenyra, and it was just like, oh, okay, I'll follow her. Not that he grows, nothing from, you know, the whole season. It's just, oh, you showed me a vision, or you're telling me that, okay, this is my fate, I'm going to do it. So that's the only thing that bothered me about it.
Realistically, if they were to make Daemon do what they want, all they've got to say is, you follow her, your heir becomes king.
Yeah,
that's all he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Done, sorted.
Yep.
But at this point, we know somebody that's trying to cull the Targaryen bloodline. No, that's what Blood Raven's doing right now. He's trying to make sure that, huh?
You think it's Blood Raven doing that and not the Maesters? I always assumed it was the Maesters.
Yeah, people think that he did a bunch of sorcery to bring about the what is it, the spring sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, he gets blamed for it.
Yeah, he gets blamed for it.
Yeah.
And he makes sure that Egg ends up on the throne and not a Blackfyre.
True. He ends up at the wall because of it.
Yep, him and Aemond end up at the wall, ensuring that.
Well, I thought Aemond already took the Black.
Aemond's a maester at this point. Right now, he's at the Citadel.
Oh,
he's in training. Yeah,
that's right.
They mentioned it in this episode.
They threw the shades at him. They called him the useless one. Like, you bastard.
Yeah,
that's the guy that could have been king. They offered him to be king. Like, we need you as king, and he's just went, no, I'm good up here.
Yeah, because he loves his brother too. He didn't want his.
Oh, there's another thing. He seems to be, if you read carefully in the Game of Thrones books, Aemond seems to have been communicating with Bloodraven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, they definitely were there at the same time. and Bloodraven was his commander. And
There's
definitely
something about that particular raven up there.
no,
Well,
I'm with you.
Yeah, you have
Just
like
Thrawn,
Aemon as
that's all.
Maester up there. Then you have Bloodraven, and what is it, 60 of his Raven's teeth go up there
Yes.
with him, and then boom, he's the
Lord
the
Commander.
the Lord
Yeah.
Commander of the Night's
And
Watch.
another thing, he's the Maester, yet he also tends to for a long time tends to the Ravens. Like that's not a job for the head Maester, of Archmaester almost. Like he's close to it. Like he has all his chains. It's just that he took the black, so he never could become the Archmaester. But he is one of the high level Maesters. Yet he always, he deals with the Ravens. So
which is communication.
yes.
And is he also in communication with Varys? Is that what he means when his little birds have told him stuff from the north?
Yeah, I always wondered that too. But well, let's move on. The next scene is good. So you have one of the Fossaways is which one is it again? It is God. What's his name? The Fossaway that
Raymond.
Raymond. Okay, so they meet up with Raymond. All right, and Raymond's a little bit into the sauce, and he starts talking shit on the Targaryens in front of Egg, which is funny. Though he does, he calls them aliens, and I don't remember that from the book, and it took me out of the show for a second. I'm like, they know of aliens in this?
Well, aliens also mean someone from another country.
Okay,
Yeah, it means foreign.
Damn it,
foreign. Yeah,
should have just said foreigners.
Also,
But
just before that scene, there was the scene where they were talking about, did you know your father?
Oh yeah,
because that's actually like a sort of semi callback to the scene earlier when he was asked to, do something shady, because he assumes that his father was sent to the wall for being a thief, just at the exact same time that the games master looks up at him, and I think that's when he sort of makes his mind up, because in his mind that's stealing essentially.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't think his dad he hopes his dad went to the wall as a thief and not was killed for being a thief. You're right. Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, you have Raymond just, talking just terribly, like, and he represents what a lot of the lords, since many years after the Dance of Dragons believes. Why are we still following these foreigners who conquered our continent, Westeros, with dragons, and they don't have dragons anymore? And you have someone like Aerion, and I think that's why Baelor was really worried what Aerion was going to do, because their power is, kind of held on by reputation alone. They have some military might with their connections, but they're starting to lose that. And when you now have princes thinking they could do whatever they want, well, why should we follow him? And he's kind of giving us the lords that believe he kind of represents that. What do you guys think?
He's brave because everything that he was saying is treason essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't like he was quiet about it.
Yeah. I like how Dunk is like, yeah, my squire just has this dumb idea, like maybe the prince like killed the horse on purpose, and he's like, no, it's all a conspiracy, man.
Yeah.
they're aliens, they're foreigners, they're trying to control us.
Yeah, he was definitely like, dude, come on, man. And there is that part when Dunk and Egg are walking away from it, and Dunk still doesn't want to, or maybe doesn't think he could be that cruel that he aimed for the horse. And Egg's like, no, he definitely did. And how would my squire know? You imagine all the things that go through Dunk's head once he finds out. But so they're watching. They then Egg's goes and watches Tanzel's puppet show depicting the dragon, the night of the mirror, or whatever it is. The show, I think we were watching the very first episode where the knight has a very shiny shield, so the dragon thinks it sees another dragon, and then he slips in and kills it. It's the same one, but this time Aerion shows up. Now, some people, Aerion, I'm trying to see it from his point of view. Does he think these puppeteers are doing that, mocking the Targaryens? I know they're not, Tanzel's not thinking that, but
it's got nothing to do with the Targaryens. It was about a dragon that was on Westeros before they were even there.
Correct. But do you think, I don't know, maybe that's why he interprets that they're mocking, they are the dragons.
Because he doesn't believe in history. He said a dragon wouldn't be slain that easy. But it was. That was the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aerion's just kind of crazy, and he thinks that any image of a dragon represents the Targaryens.
Well, he believes he is a dragon too. Don't forget that.
Exactly.
Soul Assassin says, "Is this what it's like when I talk about the EU to people who never read the books?" Maybe. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Sorry. Any questions you guys have in the chat, please put at Sporking, and we will definitely try to answer it. And then 11 Alpha says the Targaryens are putting something in the water that turns the frogs gay. They're turning the frogs gay. I need that clip. So Egg runs in as they're talking about, Fossaway and him are talking, screaming. And I don't remember if I didn't think this is how it happened in the book. I thought they were together, because the idea that Egg runs in to get Dunk to stop his brother, knowing what would happen if Dunk stops his brother. You know what I mean? I didn't think that was a good ploy or plan, but whatever. And maybe they didn't think it out as much as I did, but yes.
So real quick, in the book, it's
yes.
Egg comes in and says, Dunk, please, he's hurting her.
Yes.
And then in this, he comes in and says, Aerion is hurting her. So in the book, he just thinks somebody's getting hurt, and he runs out there and starts throwing punches. But in this, he knows full well, he's a little drunk, but he's going full well in knowing it's a prince.
Yes. And they change it a lot. They do change it a lot from the book. Yeah.
Well, in the book, he's drinking wine versus drinking cider, which I think it's a better change.
Yeah, because they're
if if Fossaway offers you cider, you take it. I mean, you think anyone in Westeros would know how to do a good cider, it would be them. But in the books, it was wine.
Right.
So maybe the cider hits him a bit differently.
So real quick, we'll just explain it for people that may not have watched the episode, but just love hearing our voices. So Egg comes in, says Aerion is hurting Tanzel. So Dunk runs in and sees him breaking her fingers. Okay. And they just had a conversation a little bit ago about a song that Lionel Baratheon was singing about a 3-fingered prostitute that pleasures men in their bum with it. And she does a really good job. And now he sees a puppeteer getting her fingers broken. I just thought that kind of related. Anyways, he's breaking her fingers, and Dunk just reacts, runs up and starts clobbering Aerion. And it takes 3 or 4 of his knights to hold Dunk back. And Aerion says, "Why would you throw your life away what would make you throw your life away for this whore?" And that's where we get the dun dun dun, as Teresa.
Oh, it's obvious because of the 3 fingers and how she can use them.
Yeah, now that they're broken, come on.
And they do a really good. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mason.
I was just going to say they do a really good job paying attention, because he throws 2 right-handed punches and then one, I think it was a left-footed kick. So he uses the same hand and then the same foot to kick him.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that. But that is a good point. And then what do we get? We get them about to curb them like American History X. You loosened one of my teeth. We're going to start by knocking out all yours. And
before that happened, though, didn't Dunk turn around and yell at Egg like, "Hey, boy, shut up. Don't get yourself in trouble. I punched a prince. I'm going to take my punishment, but you don't get involved."
I'm sorry, I'm blanking on that part. Grant?
Yeah, I don't remember that line.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
said something specifically to Egg to say,
Yeah.
like, shut up or keep quiet or something.
I don't.
Don't
Yeah,
get involved.
it was the second part that I didn't quite remember.
Yeah,
But-
he tells Egg to go away because he doesn't want him to get hurt.
Mhm.
And that's when he reveals, like, he says the names
that's
of the
right.
2 guards.
Because
Like,
he knows
I don't
the
want to look
guards,
like
and then-
you, brother.
Yeah, brother. That was good. You did even a better version than I did. Yeah, and we get that done, as Teresa would say, dun dun dun. Egg is
Nani.
Aegon Targaryen. And it kind of ends with Dunk looking up with him. Now, book readers might get a feels off this. It did bother me a little bit because in the Hedge Knight, Dunk doesn't just quickly hit Aerion. He doesn't do it. It's not a clean thing either. He doesn't do it without fear. It kind of builds. It's like through the cruelty and humiliation and Dunk's constant internal question, in fact, will this end me? If I do, will it end me if I do something, but Dunk then finally strikes Aerion. It's inevitable, but it's catastrophic. It's not a triumphant moment in the book.
And it's also weird that in the book he's a teenager, but he's given it more thought than the adult version of him.
Mm-hmm.
That you think would be a little bit more measured.
Right, exactly. Here's the difference between the book and the show. In the book, Dunk hits a prince knowing it might end his life. In the show, Dunk hits a prince knowing the story will catch him. Like it's one of those things where it's like in the book, he thinks it out and still does it. In the show, we just think he sees her broken finger and just reacts. But like in the book, we know Dunk is thinking, if I do this, I'm dead. And he still does
There's
chivalrous
no way to
thing.
force that exposition in there, though. There's no horse that can say, well, I can't, I've got to go do it. I know. No, but like, it's hard to portray that in a visual medium.
But they've been doing it all.
To do is have him look undecided first and then focused,
or someone stop him for a split second and be like, "You can't do this. You'll die. They'll kill you." And he thinks for a split second and then does it. Because they've been doing that with a lot of his inner monologue or dialogue from the books. They've given it to somebody else.
He does show up and he sees Aerion with Tanzel's hand in Aerion's hand. And he sees like 2 broken fingers. He kind of stops for a minute and sees the 3rd broken finger. And that's when he goes. And actually the screen like gets a little red for just like half a second.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah. I don't know. The show compresses Aerion's cruelty and kind of it turns Dunk's, because we can't hear his inner dialogue, it's internalized Dunk's decision, and
it's not prolonged cruelty like it is in the books,
right?
But neither is what we've seen. So I can understand him acting quick because everything we've seen his cruelty happens in an instant.
Yeah.
The horse, the person that got kicked, and him just walking off, he didn't care. So
yeah, I do like that part. No, he won't, or they'll answer to my father. But yeah, and the book does it opposite, right? We're inside Dunk's head, and it makes you sit with the dread of his decision.
Also, that could have happened in like a tenth of a second as well. Like, there's no way of knowing the timing of it.
In the
it
book,
could have been a lot quicker in the book, but we don't know because we're.
But the same thing happens with Egg too. In the novella, Egg's identity unfolds slowly. He's, kind of a mystery at first. I don't know, his status refrain. I don't know. It's a little bit slower, but his status is kind of confirmed after consequences begin. The show definitely accelerated it. Right. I don't know. We kind of the show loses Dunk's terror. the uncertainty of it, the sense that knighthood might actually destroy him. But we do get momentum and like clarity of action, you know, and it's a clean episodic climax. You know, I'm Aegon Targaryen pretty much.
And not reading the book though,
Mhm.
how they portrayed Dunk the last 3 episodes where it's like, oh shit, that's what happens.
Mhm.
I didn't know this about being an attorney, or I didn't know this, or like, you know, or when do I get to fight today? No, you have to wait because the highborn people need to have their challenges first. And he seemed like, oh, I didn't know that. So when I see him attack the prince, I don't get the fact that he had any fear at all. That he didn't realize, okay, I will be giving my life for her because my life is online. I don't think he knows his life is online.
That's the thing. Well, I don't think he even, none of that in the show, they weren't able to, come across with that. In the show, to me, that moment was just, he sees a girl he really, really likes. Her fingers are broken and he is going to hurt the person who did it, no matter who it was. Real quick, Soul Assassin, it's about 78, 80 years between House of the Dragon and Dunk and Egg. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, all right, how they did it. It's because it is a show and we're not getting that, you know, we don't have like a narrator narrating Dunk. So the only way I think they could have showed that and slowed it down just a second was, Raymond Fossaway trying to grab him, being like, and getting his attention and being like, if you do this, they'll kill you. He's a prince. And Dunk thinking maybe for a split second and still reacting. I think that would have been a better way to show it. But I'm still digging this. They didn't go too far off. They didn't not leave out a son, an heir, like House of the Dragon did. So, but it changes the whole story, the whole dynamic between Dunk and Egg now. It leaves it on the cliffhanger. So people that haven't read the book, I wonder if anybody's in the chat, like, what do they think? What do they think Dunk is thinking now? Mad says, I'm with Grant. Having someone stop Dunk for exposition on the consequence would be contrived and add nothing. See, I disagree. Because
I agree with Matt agreeing with me.
Yeah, well, you would. You see, Mad's new at YouTubing. I disagree, Mad, for the simple fact of it is a big moment in the book because he does something that none of the other knights in that tent will do because they all know Aerion's a psycho. They all know he's capable of killing that girl. And no one is willing to honor their vow of knighthood to protect the weak except for Dunk. And in the book, you get that. In the show, it's more like, I'm pissed. I react. I hit a prince. Oh shit. I'm screwed now. It's a bigger moment in the book about knighthood and what does it truly mean to be a knight? Maybe that clarifies my stance a little bit.
I don't think it's that he likes Tansel that makes him do this.
No.
I think it's him seeing an injustice.
But it does help.
In this case, he's seeing a prince abuse somebody that's like a small folk person.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody well below their station. And it just kind of, he's supposed to be fighting against injustice. He's supposed to be, he has this romanticized idea of knighthood, of chivalry. And that's what drives him to do what he does. He would do this for anyone.
Yeah, but see, the show doesn't make me feel that. And I kind of would answer 11 Alpha's question with that. If it had been some random small folk instead of Tansy, would Dunk have done the same thing? I don't think in the show, maybe he would, but it wouldn't have been the reaction he had because he sees a girl he really likes. He sees her finger getting broken and he is just furious about it. So I don't think, look, I like the show and I don't think they did anything wrong, but I don't think they get the gravity of this moment in what Dunk is going through in the book. It truly, he is the only one in that tent willing to be a true knight. And in the show, it's more like if you watch the scene again, he just gets really pissed and reacts. It's almost like he's not thinking in the show. In the book, he's thinking. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. Does anybody agree with me? Come on now. Jane, how about you? Yeah, she says, Jane says, I think it was instinct. He was defending the girl and stopping a bully. It came naturally. It was instinctive. But it was also, I'm sorry, it was her. I think he got even angrier because it was her. I personally think that. But yeah, it was.
What gets me though is why would Egg try to bring Dunk into this fight?
Well, that's what blows my mind how they did it in the show, because Grant put it perfectly in the book. He just says he's hurting her. He's hurting her. But I swear in the show he says Aerion's hurting her. And
yeah, he does.
So why, like, Dunk's going to react, Egg. So what do you think he's going to do? Like, it's almost like Egg's like, I am going to become king.
I think I think Egg is also 8. So I think it was just he knows Dunk cares about the lady. And I think
he's also
maybe
bigger. He's also bigger than his brother.
I'm sorry. 1 second, Grant. Finish that, Stig.
Dunk knows that. Egg knows that Dunk cares about that lady, and she was being hurt, and I think that's the end of the thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't think there's more to it than that, and
No, I don't think as a 9-year-old
I think if he was Dunk size, he would have stepped in. He would have done something. I think the reason that he did that is because he knows he's not big enough to do anything to stop his brother. But Dunk is.
Yeah. But if he made a scene,
but
like another prince making a scene, it would force Aerion maybe to stop. What do you think, Mason?
Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything that's been said so far, but
Mostly
there's
maybe.
also if he goes to the King's Guard, he's going to get in a lot of trouble. His brother's going to get in a lot of trouble. Dunk is going to get in trouble, and he can't be a squire anymore. But Dunk is like the first authority figure in his immediate presence.
Yeah, that is a good point. It may be just he's a 9-year-old kid, and at that moment, he really has bonded with Dunk, and believes Dunk can stop it somehow. And maybe he didn't realize, oh crap, Dunk is going to hit my brother. But
yeah, exactly.
It does make you, yeah, that's the only way I could think of it, where it's not, are you a moron, Egg? He is 9. And Jane puts a good point, because Egg is the same age as he is in the book, but Dunk isn't. He's aged up. So you see in a book, he's not even as impulsive in the book. As a younger kid, he thinks about, this is going to ruin my life. Like in the book, he makes the decision, I'm most likely going to die, but I'm going to defend her. And it's like the most knightly thing he does. Like that, to me, in the book, that is when he becomes a true knight, because none of the other knights do anything in the book, in that tent. And it shows the difference between someone who truly believes the vows of knighthood and these other people that are knights in name, because of their status. I think it's a really huge part of the book too. I mean, and again, a lot of the times I'd be really angry with a show if they did this, but this show, it didn't do it in a bad way. It's because in the book, it's so inner monologue. How do you show that in the book other than someone trying to get involved? And it would have kind of made it clunky. Yeah, we have a members chat. Woohoo! All right, Mr. Grant Gregory, member for 44 months. Wow, man, thank you. Oh, Alice was a special last born birth her thumbs.
Bereft her thumb.
Bereft her thumbs. You know I can't read. Lost a digit, tending flock now, feeling awfully glum. Oh, Alice with 3 fingers, copper in her glass. Doesn't she take those fingers and shove it up an ass? Something like that.
Ass,
yeah. Great job, Grant. Thank you very much, sir. And I like Jane too. Egg is a knight at heart. And it's almost like you can kind of see that Egg can't physically, maybe, without outing himself, he can't stop his brother. And all he can think of is Dunk. Dunk's a knight. He's big. He could do this. It's not anything deeper than that, I don't think. Yeah, he's a kid. Right, Teresa. Jane says, my nephew is 8, would definitely defend a girl or anyone being bullied. Some kids have more integrity than adults. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But, he is fearful. His brother has tormented him his whole life. So you got to also take that psychological scar into it. He's terrified of his brother. And even to out himself, it was because he cared so much about Dunk that he outed himself as Aegon. And I think that's what we're supposed to get in that moment. Jane also says, I think he realized Egg was willing to risk his future to help, and Dunk is willing to risk his life. Yeah. Liam says in the book, he doesn't do anything when they push the other puppeteer woman to the ground. He only attacks when they hurt. But they break her fingers. It's in the book. The other girl gets pushed, but they start. But you're right. It is because he cares about it.
Does this incident fuel Egg being pro small folk later on, or is this already just something that he sees? Because he's lived among them, he'd rather hang out with the small folk than his family.
I think
this one or the other.
Yeah, I think the whole story, all the novellas lead him to that. Yeah, what are you gonna say, Mason? Go for it, buddy.
No, I was just gonna agree with you. Like, him just being with Dunk is what kind of drives him to be like kind of an ally to the small folk, like trying to make sure that none of the lords put too much pressure on them, tax them too hard. But yeah, so far he's spent 3 books, going around to like smaller, lesser lords and meeting small folk,
living among them. Yeah. It's more the journey, I think, Tina.
So this
but
is the beginning of his.
This is the beginning of that journey.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, like right now, I think it's the beginning of his journey, thinking about the small folk and how they live. Before that, it's more maybe just seeing his brother being cruel and thinking about that. Like, my brother's a dick. Not how these people live, how they get by, how they're treated, like maybe how they're treated might be the only thing he puts into that. Yeah, as Teresa said, he lives as one of them. What else do we have? Yeah, but this is the moment that changes Westerosi history forever. And I think that was what Grant and I think Mason or Grant said about hitting with the certain hand and foot. He only used those. Yeah,
also, you're right about it changing. That's the thing that a lot of channels out there are saying. They're saying this is it's a small contained story. It's it doesn't have a lot of consequences. I'm like, this
changes everything.
This has actually more of an impact on the legacy and dynasty than what House of the Dragon does.
I mean, the last episode of this season, or second, when they showed the consequence of what Dunk has to go through to clear his name, it changes Westerosi history forever. So anybody who
in a completely different direction. Like people can say that, Dance of the Dragons, but at the end of the day, the princess's kid's still on the throne.
But
so nothing really changes all that much.
It does change both change Westerosi history forever. The Dance with the Dragon is the massive decline of the dragons themselves. They kill many of them. They had like 22 at the beginning of the dance, or 19, and by the end, there's not many left that are under their control. This is another massive change where the line of succession changes forever.
And I think that chances are, if it wasn't for House of the Dragon, there would still be dragons in Westeros.
There's very good chance that they will. I mean, they were starting to get smaller, but that happened the moment they left Valeria. And then the mistake of putting them in the dragon pit, I think that caused them to, almost like certain type of reptiles and fish, don't get bigger than the tank that they're in. You know what I mean? So they stop growing to a certain. I think that happened with the dragons, but
and they also lose some of their instincts too.
Mm-hmm. And the battle alone, though, I mean, you lose how many massive great dragons. So yeah, it's a big, but arguably, I took the word out of my mouth. Arguably, Baelor would have died in the Great Spring Sickness. Anyways, we don't know that. Alongside his father and sons, we don't know that. You know, very good point, but we don't know that. What we do know, though, is he does. And we never get a chance to see who he would have been as a king. They could have been
poisoned.
They could have been. So there are some core takeaways from this. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know, because the first two episodes is a lot of, oh God, I'm going to bring you on in a second. Let me just finish my thought. The first two episodes are all about Dunk trying to figure out who is he? Is he a knight? In this episode, he becomes that knight. What's up? What's Gucci, my ninja?
Hey, what's up? I'm not here to talk about this. I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have two stories lined up for tonight, and I don't know which one to do. Either octopus wrestling or a 70s science experiment called the Love Raft that went cuckoo bananas.
Oh, go with the Love Raft.
Octopus.
Wait, what did Steeg say?
Steve.
I said octopus.
He said octopus.
Here's a joke.
Like octopus.
How do you make an anime schoolgirl laugh? It takes tentacles.
On that note, Jane. Oh, wrong one. Jane Theory gifts one Sparking News podcast membership, and Liam, welcome to the house. Party membership. I really screwed that up. Thank you very much, Jane. You have definitely supported this channel massively. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Mad, go with Santiago's dumb experiments all day.
Jane says your shows are terrifying, Mad.
No, Jane missed a really good one. We had a great episode last week on Johnny Appleseed.
Oh yeah, how did that go?
He was fucking bananas, bro.
Like literally?
Well, I guess that's a weird choice of descriptor for him. Bananas. He was apples, bro.
Well, give us the biggest apples.
Oh man, it would have to be him just walking around with no shoes on the whole time, and he wouldn't kill anything. He would let a mosquito bite him. I mean, he had weird religion. He was saving himself for his ghost wives. He would get like 7 or something when he dies.
Wow, that is weird.
Yeah,
and here's the thing: we still don't even know if it's true or not.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, we don't know, do we?
It's true.
I don't know. I mean, I think ghosts do moan, so like.
That's true. And we've seen ghosts do more than that in Ghostbusters. Real quick, because of, there was so many things that, Jane, super chats and gifts last week and other people super chatting. I want to also gift out 5 Sparking News memberships. So we have a couple new members now. Sev 106. Thank you, Sev. Your Barney, you are my. I always screw up your name. I can never do that. Like when it's all one word, no capitals, really messes me up. Welcome though,
How is
Southern
it
Belle.
the AI version of that said that better than you? And it's still stuffed up.
Because I am what they based AI voice on. Southern Belle, Mr. Bug, and that's only what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might have one. Check, guys. You might be a new member, or everybody else is already a member. I don't know. So give us a little tease of octopus wrestling.
I'm gonna go with the other one
Okay, I would too.
because I was like, man, am I gonna have to struggle trying to say octopus all fucking night? No, I'm not doing that.
That would be tough.
Octopi if it's
Or
two.
I think you'd end up.
Oh yeah, good
No,
to say.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's gonna be
octopi.
octopussies instead. So
Mhm.
What was that?
Wow.
Tina?
uncomfortable. I said octopussies would be a little uncomfortable.
Oh, I thought you said noctopussy. That's what it
Yeah.
sounded like. I was like, okay.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
a weird take on the dinosaurs.
What
Not
did
Yeah.
you
pussy.
Thought she
She
said
sounded like
cult.
one of the sea snakes.
Sorry.
It's pretty good. James
Oh, go ahead,
Bond
Steve.
No, I was making a dirty joke. I was gonna say I thought she said cock to pussy. Yeah, like
Oh, like it's a
instruction
chess
manual.
move. Yeah.
So for any non-book readers that might be wanting to read the books, this whole episode is chapter 3. I think like all of chapter 3. So if you want to go through, it's quick too. And you can see what we're talking or what I'm kind of talking about when the punch that changes Westerosi history in the book, it's more Dunk really thinking about it than reacting. It's a really good
boy.
scene.
Can
I
plug
think
something?
I think I've seen 11 Alpha before in Matapep that's now called History Interrupted. And I
Nice.
know why he doesn't come back because we get nothing right. Everything we're saying is so octopodes, not octopi.
Isn't
you
that like
simpletons?
isn't that the charm of your show?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was great.
Can I plug
Actually,
something?
in
Yes.
preferred standard English, octopuses is the correct response. Octopi comes from a bad translation of octopodes, but it doesn't make the Greek word octopose the correct plural.
Wait,
of
what about
Damn, get schooled,
cacti?
son.
Is it called cactoid then?
I would have to look that up, but octopi comes from octopode, but octopode is still Greek. It's not English.
So it would be utopodes, not uteri for uterus.
Exactly.
Really?
No, when you're
I have
talking about
no idea.
multiple ones, yeah, it's a uterus by itself, but
Yeah.
it's uteropodes when they're together.
Utopodes. Kangaroos
Yeah.
have multiple utopodes.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
uteri would be Latin, where uteruses would be English.
Look at this shit. It's wrong because it's not a second the Clinton noun. Well, who the fuck?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, it is a declension. Everybody knows what declensions are.
We don't talk about the Clintons here. They've never hurt anyone. Let's just not talk about it. Anybody have anything trying to get back on topic?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought it was
Not
great.
at all. Thanks, bud. You're always welcome. You know that on my stream.
No, not your stream. The show that I watched.
Oh, how was the stream? Okay.
The show was fantastic.
All right. Thank you. God, you're awesome.
Actually, we did get the third bodily thing that happened. Dunk threw up, so I called it was going to be vomit this episode. Except the difference is we didn't actually see it; we just heard it.
But it was horse shit at the beginning. The horse.
I'm talking about from the people.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
double jeopardy.
It's great that Dunk is puking because he's going to be in the lists, and then Egg's like, yeah, it's only for named lords and blah, blah, blah. And nailed it. Thank you. And Dunk then is like, let's eat, and then he creates the sandwich.
Yeah, I think I
leave
would
it
have rather have waited. I think I would have rather have waited for the vomit to be next episode, because now what is going to be next episode?
Semen.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah.
Boys,
We'll go back
everything
to
F's.
Sir Arlen. Oh, that was
So that's how he gets a laughing storm on his side. Makes sense now.
And that also harken back to Fossaway's.
I want him to. Sorry.
Go ahead, buddy.
I want him to pull out and say, "You've been knighted in your hedge." Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, you have to say it with the accent, though, dude.
You've been knighted in your hedge. I don't know what his accent is.
That was
Was
nailed
he
it, dude.
Dutch?
That was
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, that was
Turn-
West
for it.
Forest.
Turn it into
Is it Dutch
Spunk and
Knight?
Peg.
Grant, that's the exact dialect, I think I said that right, of Pennytree, where Sir Erlin is from. Very good job, Matt. Very good
Thank
job.
you. Yep.
Yep.
Nailed it. I
What up, Tim?
know things.
Back early on, Soul asked this question now that we're done with the episode. What do y'all think about I guess they announced a sea snake.
Yeah, they said something about Tartakovsky is connected to the Sea Snake animated film, right? Or
Mhm.
series.
That'll be horrid.
like
Because it's
who
so
wants to,
cartoony and stylized. It's gonna look like it's for kids.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like Tartakovsky. I really like his
Well,
Star
give me a
Wars.
little bit more. What has he done that I would know? Is that like the original Clone War?
The
Yeah, he
real
did
Clone Wars.
The
Yes.
2D Clone Wars.
Okay.
He does Primal right now, the show with the caveman and the dinosaur.
Yeah. That
I
was
just-
awesome.
Which
I just want the art to be a little bit more not at
yeah.
that art's kind of, in
Yeah.
a way, like, meant to be
Gritty.
cheesy.
Did you guys see that he was supposed to have Dave Filoni's position before they were making the 2008 Clone Wars?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine how different Star Wars would be if
Well,
we had Tartakovsky instead of Dave Filoni.
here's another thing. George Lucas said that the Tartakovsky stuff was absolutely canon. It tied into Revenge of the Sith. And when the other show was announced, Lucasfilm said that the 3D animated Clone Wars would not supersede the expanded universe. It was supposed to be like Tall Tales,
Mm-hmm.
set from the Clone Wars. It wasn't supposed to be canon at all. But he told Kennedy that it was. So,
Real
Yeah.
quick,
now we
Teresa,
have
are you
Star
talking about?
Wars.
I'm sorry. I always cut you off, Stig. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Teresa, are you talking about the Sea Snake show? It's been canceled already. Fingers crossed. Because I don't know. Like the Sea Snake as a character, I would love to see his journey because he has one of the more interesting ones that shows that Dorne had a plan to get back at the Lannisters for decades before they actually start to put it in place. He goes to the Citadel, gets a couple links.
If it ties into the other show, then no, Dorne did not have a plan.
No, they
Mhm.
don't. Remember, they just sit there and
Yeah.
get stabbed.
So they can build it up, but if it's tied to the main show, then no, there won't
Yeah.
be.
Again, I always forget we got to go back to season 8. That's so
Yeah.
But I thought
It's-
just a couple of days ago they talked about this Sea Snake show being an animated series and that it was. for
Welcome to
sure
the
an
conversation. Welcome to the conversation.
No, I'm getting confused.
She's a woman.
I know, but Miss Martin Uses is saying that it's been canceled. How could it be canceled?
She may be wrong, she said.
Yeah.
gotcha.
You know what? The Tartakovsky stuff, the Primeval is freaking awesome.
Is it?
really is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
I always see like the first picture. I think he's like this or something. I'm always like, I'll try it another time.
Well, let's put it this way. Vinny loves it.
Okay.
And being an artist
loves
himself,
animation,
I give that
yeah.
a lot of credit. Yeah.
Yeah, but in a gritty franchise, like really gritty and stuff, like the Game of Thrones or whatever, does that style really fit?
Right.
Mm.
I don't know.
If it's something else, if they do like a spin-off Wheel of Time stuff or whatever,
Right.
then yeah.
Oh, he did Samurai Jack too. Oh, Hotel Transylvania? I'm in. Game of Thrones spinoff, 9 Voyages. Now, question: will the sea snake still be black?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Guaranteed, because they'll get canceled if they don't.
Yeah.
Well, and also doesn't it just say that Steve
Yeah, it's
Toussaint
gonna be
is
his.
gonna
Yeah.
narrate it? So
Thanks for reading ahead, Tina.
no
They could
problem.
always,
That's what I'm here for.
They could always just call the show The Snake and make it star Sir Arlen.
Yeah, that'd be better. Or yeah, the voyage, the 9-inch voyage. That was more than that though. HBO has developed a slew of other offshoots with a number being rumored to be currently in the works, including a Jon Snow and Arya Stark sequel written by Quoc Dang Tran, an animated sea snake project, 9 Voyages with Gendry or Gen. How do you say his name again? I'm sorry.
Genndy Tartakovsky.
Nailed it. Said to be attached, as well as 10,000 Ships, written by Ebony. People just name your kids normal names. Booth and Aegon's Conquest, penned by Matson Tomlin.
White Anglo-Saxon.
Yes. So that is news of attached coming from. So that's from the chairman and CEO of HBO and HBO Max.
You already know.
Yeah, Bloy would not comment on any of the he wouldn't comment on any of the alleged Game of Thrones developed projects, but indicated that the success of the smaller scale, modestly budgeted A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is informing their development strategy. Well, I mean, it nailed it. I mean, the show is definitely better than what we have gotten in. When was the last good season of Game of Thrones? Like season 4. So that was like what? Almost like a decade. Yeah, like a decade.
You know what else they screwed up in Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Egret and Wildling saying that no, we don't have any towns and cities, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, best episode ever. The Wildling town gets attacked, even though they
hard home.
Yeah, they've stressed it all through the show that they don't have towns.
Yeah, there's definitely some settlements.
They all live in yurts.
Yeah, and they turned the Thins into crazy cannibals.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, and how did you get a polar bear in there?
I do remember last year George saying this, that it was going to be a live action with the actor, but they switched it to animation. So I already thought this one maybe not was deep into development.
It's too close to an already like time-wise story. That's the problem that I have with it. Like if you're gonna do another story, give us Aegon's Conquest, or give us something about the First Man or something that's not directly tied in. Like we're gonna go from that then to 10 years later, or
Bran
5
the
years later,
Builder.
the Great Council.
Especially if House of the Dragon doesn't end well.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go get ready, guys.
End well, but
what time does your thing start there?
9:15.
9:15. So that is
25 minutes.
That would be in 25.
Okay. So 10:15 real
Eastern
time, guys.
Oh god.
You can go over to Mad's channel and let him know I sent you. All right, all 14 of you.
I'll be making a list.
All right, checking it twice, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Anybody have any final thoughts on the episode? I'm all ears.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Are you taking off a whole point because of the witch?
Taking off 2.
Ooh.
So you really enjoyed the episode, but that just really ruined it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it there's a couple things that took me out. Also, I think I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
It's gonna have ripple effects.
Well, and it also made me go, God, why do you have to always connect things? Like that there's no seer in the book that tells, like, you're a seer, you see a kid in dirty rags and you tell him he's going to be king, and right off the rip, Targaryens believe in prophecy, so we all know that. They have dragon dreamers.
For the Blood
You know,
Raven. Blood Raven can't even see all that.
Right.
You know, if they really wanted to do a tie back, they could have had Quaithe say it.
Oh, where is Quaithe? We haven't seen her in a long time.
Season 2.
Yeah.
I like the theory. I don't really know if I believe it or not, but that on two sides you have Blood Raven trying to pick Jon as Azor Ahai, then you have Sierra Seastar trying to pick Dany as Azor Ahai, like she's Quaithe, and she went to Ashai.
They need a third person to pick someone else, so then you get your 3 heads.
I did. Okay, so I've never heard that one. So she's Quaithe. I always assumed she was Old Nan. That's why crows are all liars.
That's Nettles.
Or crows are all liars. Yeah.
Oh, could Nettles be Old Nan if Old Nan was white?
God, you're so racist, Tina.
I'm sorry. What race did they make Nettles in the series?
Oh, they forgot her. They definitely forgot her.
She was invisible.
I like to think that it was what do you call it? His old man, Dunk's old man, did get sent up north for thieving and that, and then he just started banging a bunch of people. So like Hodor and all that is technically like Dunk's like great nephew or something like that. He's not a direct descendant of it.
Well, I mean, we do go back to Bran's vision of a short, small, slim, brown-haired girl being kissed by a knight as tall as Hodor. So I always just assumed that was Dunk.
Yeah, watch the series finale be like Dunk gets a vision, and it's his dad is a raven's tooth. He's like,
yeah, he didn't leave him on purpose.
Teresa is
his dad bangs a giant, and that's how you get Tormund.
Yes.
So, yeah, go ahead.
In the chat, she says, talking about the witch, this will affect decisions Egg makes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that thing altered the character.
Well, okay. If they do, potentially, if the writers actually are thinking, which it seems like they have been, but it's only been 3 episodes, because let's not forget, season 7 of Game of Thrones, right? Jon's resurrected, and it lasts like 1 episode where people actually think that's a big deal. And then really not really brought up much after that.
Egg should be immortal because in order to be resurrected, all you have to do is cut the hair, and he's bald, so he has 9 lives.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Are they dropping it on Saturday because of the Super Bowl?
Oh, see, I don't know. The IMDb still has it as premiering on Sunday.
Yeah, I think they said they're dropping it. Is it Friday at like 3 a.m. or something like that? Friday or Saturday at 3
early?
a.m.
It must be Saturday. It can't be Friday. If it is a day early, we'll try to do a Monday show. Maybe, guys. What do you think?
No,
just stick to Tuesday. Yeah, it's hard for me, anyways. I've been making our Tuesday shows, so I think I'll stick with it.
It will be released, sure enough, on Friday, February 6th at 3 a.m.
Friday, February.
So
wow,
Friday morning.
It's gonna be real early.
So what date was it?
It says that it's set to premiere early on HBO Max, arriving to the streamer on Friday, February 6th at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Time, 3:01 a.m. Eastern. It will then air on HBO on Sunday, February 8th in its typical time slot. So I guess if you don't have HBO Max, you can't see the episode early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have Max. So
I didn't realize there was a difference. Is HBO just what you pay if you have cable, as opposed to if you have the streaming service?
I don't know.
HBO Max?
Yeah.
Oh,
HBO's like premium cable, and then
Gotcha.
HBO Max is just the app.
what is this? 1998? Come on, people.
See?
Watch
Interesting.
Max. So
If
real
it
quick,
was, I'm investing in Google.
I wanted to verify because Sir Robin Risling is introduced, and I was like, I don't, I remember him, but it's not like his introduction was like as kind of like, whoa, who is this guy to show watchers? And he is introduced in the book. It's very casual, almost offhanded. Um, really what you get is that he's a hedge knight. He's not, he's poorly equipped and he lost his eye. It shows Dunk, there's a price to pay for being a knight. It's not like how he was. I kind of found it cooler in the show. He scared me.
Do you think they're going to change who's on what team?
Well, they have to, right? Because isn't Humphreys Harding, isn't he on one of the teams? And now he has a broken leg.
I don't think it.
You sure about that?
Because that's what I mean. I feel like this is where they're going to do something different, and just something's going to change.
Let's see. I'll get it right now. The Battle of the Seven. Let's see who the knights are. They are. We have Dunk. On Dunk's side, we have Duncan the Tall, Baelor Targaryen, Lionel Baratheon, Raymond Fossaway, Humphrey Harding. Isn't that him who got injured? Pretty sure that's who.
Wasn't it? Was it Humphrey or Harry?
Man, too many H's.
So maybe Harry got his leg broken, but Humphrey is who.
Maybe I thought it was Humphrey
because his brother's leg was broken.
Well, could be it. Yeah. Robin Risling and Sir Stefan Fossaway. And then on Aerion's side, this is all spoilers, people. Aerion Targaryen, Maekar Targaryen, Humphrey Beesbury, who was actually, that was the two Humphreys I was talking about that broke 11 lances to be the first jousting we see in this episode. Lucas Inchfield and Stefan, again, Fossaway. It's an awesome part of the book. I can't wait.
Which of these characters have we not met yet?
So, I don't think we have met. It would be on Lucas Inchfield. I don't think we met him yet. And I'm pretty sure he's another one-eyed guy too, but I might be wrong. But I don't think we met him yet in the show. Yeah, Lionel, man, they throw him into every episode because the actor's just great. But it's like, and they kind of show that he's a partier and he doesn't take much seriously, maybe to show the gravity of what he decides to do for Dunk later. But they keep leaning towards this, is he kind of weird? Like, not weird, excuse me. That's not the word I meant. I meant queer. Is he kind of bi? I don't know. He took 3 fingers in the bum in this episode. And there's been a lot of talk about it.
Randy's looking at him going, amateur.
Oh, yeah.
He got penetrated by a ghost.
So he does fight with a broken leg. That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, wow. Sir Humphrey Beesbury is only seen in the joust. We haven't actually, I think, met him. I could be wrong, but I don't think we met him yet. Other than that, I think we wrapped it up, guys. We're gonna call it a night.
Good, we got 20 seconds.
No, actually, now it can go over.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, it's a lot better now, actually. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying this show as much as I am. It has not diverged from canon yet so badly that it's taken me out. There has been maybe one or two moments. It's not even the penis or pooping. It's like the sear, like things like that kind of took me out for a second. But other than that, I think it's been really good. And yes, Liam, let's go Pats. What are you guys feeling about the episode so far and looking forward to next episode?
If I have to watch that prick spit one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Yeah, he spits a lot.
Which one spits a lot?
Plumber, the steward. Like
Oh,
he's literally walking up towards them when they're laying down in the grass, like hawking, and then the next scene they're somewhere else and he's spitting. Like that dude spits a lot.
Yeah. Did you hear Mahler? He was talking about it because he hawks in one scene and tuas in another.
That is so true. That is so true. Yeah. Fun fact. In House of the Dragon, that is the guy Beesbury is the guy Christian Cole smashes his head in. So that is true. Yep. So what do you think about it, Tina? What's your take on the season so far?
I am absolutely loving it. It is very tempting to read the book. I may, now that you said this chapter goes up to chapter 3, so I may go back and read just then the first 3 chapters because it's been a while since I read the first one. But yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying it, and I am foolishly believing that they're not going to blow this one. So we will see. But they're doing such a fantastic job. I just cannot believe that they would destroy it. But
I hope
that's why I still watch the MCU, because I'm foolish and believe that stuff. So and then my only other comment is I hope that there are not any other bodily functions for is Tansel going to be on her period in the next episode?
God.
I mean,
God, I hope so.
I never went to that one.
We haven't had
terrible
good childbirths in a while, so maybe
Yeah.
They might have to show somebody like wiping her because of her finger.
Well, there's going to be plenty of bodily fluids in the second last episode, that's for sure.
That is a good point.
All right.
Yeah, I hope we get Aerion doing what Aegon II was doing out the window. Hope we get that again.
All right. So and Stig, your feelings. All right. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing. So you guys, if you need to bounce, but this is what the stuff Sean sent me. So I'm going to blow myself up a little bit. All right. So Sean he sent another box. It's amazing. The guy I can't say enough.
He supports so many people in such a
does.
generous way. It's absolutely amazing. And I do owe a video showcasing all the wonderful stuff Scott forwarded my way.
Yeah. And I also have to forward you more 4 of these. They're like notebooks with some of the houses. Like this is House Stark. Jesus, Scott, come on. No, this is House Stark.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's House Stark. And this one, you can't really see it because of the plastic, but it's a Baratheon one with a stag.
Very sweet.
Very cool. Oh, wow. He has yours already in a box. I don't even know what it is.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So I just have to add your address.
So now I can do an actual unboxing.
And I really can't say I can't send it out. So hopefully I'll get that done for you this week. What else did he send?
It should just arrive just before Christmas.
All right. We also have
next year.
Oh, wow. Little Game of Thrones vinyl figures. So you can get, this is the 2nd edition. You can get they're all 1/12 size. It looks like all the the Hound, Danny, John. He sent me 3 of those. And then he also sent these guys. Oh man, that's dope. All right, so a White Walker.
Sweet.
Yeah. I don't know why this one is like blacked out. So I don't know what's in there. It might just be the Long Night. No, I don't know. That would be funny if that's what it was.
Is it the Corliss Valerion?
Yeah. Jamie
It's gonna be the
Lannister.
funniest joke you've ever said, Mason.
Yeah, I know. I'm shocked he said that. Jamie Lannister. You know what? Let's open the dark one. Now I have to see. It might be a special one. Oh, yeah, it's Tyrion. Little Tyrion.
Oh, very cool.
And it comes with a crossbow. That's awesome. Oh, and it has like a little map and stuff. That's cool. All right, I'm going to put that back. I just want to know why it's blacked out. That's crazy. Maybe it's like a special one. And then we'll say I never opened it.
Well, when you send out my box, let me know so I can tell everyone in the family not to open it because my husband calls me. I'm like, did you order a whole bunch of Game of Thrones stuff? I'm like, no.
Okay, so this is a behind the scenes book of the Harry Potter films. The world and locations of all 8 films. And it's actually like not like just a picture of like Hogwarts, but like the blueprint. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, it kind of shows you on the back like the different blueprints and stuff. That's interesting. He sends me stuff I've never seen before. So Sean, thank you very much. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I had a great time. Thank you, Steeg. I know he had to get going because he is definitely needs to get some sleep. You were awesome, dude. Thank you so much. If anybody wants any to buy the books in the A Song of Ice and Fire, I don't know how you would say it, like the actual like Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings. There's really some cool collector editions that you can get that Stig shared. I will share the link to that so people have it. They are, what's the name of that? Who does it again? This is the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms collector's edition from the internally bestseller creator of Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire. I don't know who makes this one, but it's actually just the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, which is kind of cool. And it looks like a beautiful book. So I'm going to share the link so everybody has it, and we're going to call it a night. So thank you to Sean. Thank you to Jane Theory for the members pledge, and to you, Grant, for the members chat, and to everybody else just for being, Clay, what's up, dude? I just hope everyone has a great night. And it's about 5 minutes from Mad's stream. So go over there and tell him I sent you because he's taking notes. And I hope if you haven't watched this, please go back after we're done, refresh, leave a comment. It really, really does help out. I've come to realize the more comments I get, the more views the algorithm offers to other people. So please, guys, come back and comment even before I put my corny comments I put on. Thank you, guys. Follow Tina. Follow Mason, who now is down to needing 16 more subs because
actually 14 more.
14 more. So let's get him there, guys.
Right? Plus 14. Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Let's get him there. And check out both Tina and Grant's channels, of course, because Grant's been doing killer stuff with the Aussies on Saturdays. I believe it's on Saturdays here in the morning in the Americas. So please check that out. But I just want to say good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. Take care. And peace to all of you. I don't know. Where do you find the best content?
Where's the best place for content on the world of Ice and Fire?
Right over there. See where I am pointing with my dagger? I just found
Sporking News Podcast with me, Sporking. Make sure you like and subscribe.